Life is a series of moments, some fleeting, some enduring. And there's this one moment that sticks in a man's mind. A moment when he sees a woman not just for her beauty, but for her essence, her spirit. It's not about the clothes she wears or the way she walks, but the way she stands. Strong, grounded, and unapologetically herself. It's the moment, and it seems that some people are winning and some people are losing. And life is the same way sometimes. As the process of getting familiar comes to a head, the best way to overcome it. Now, we men, we're not perfect, far from it. But when a man encounters a woman who knows her worth, who carries herself with grace and who stands tall in her truth, well, that's the kind of woman you don't walk away from. That's the kind of woman you can't help but respect, admire, and most importantly, stay by. So today, let's talk about what makes a woman unforgettable, what makes her magnetic, what makes her the one a man just can't seem to leave behind. Let's get into it. A strong sense of self-worth is the foundation of an individual's character, especially for a woman who wants to command respect and admiration. It's not just about confidence, but understanding and embracing her inherent value without needing external validation. A woman with self-worth walks into a room with quiet assurance, her presence speaking volumes before she even says a word. She doesn't seek approval because she already knows she is enough. She understands that her value is not defined by her looks, achievements, or the opinions of others, but by the unshakable belief in who she is at her core. She is completely radically self-expressed through the Grimes motive that she carries the greatest weight of her identity in her soul. This sense of self-worth is evident in the way she makes choices. She doesn't settle for less than what she deserves, whether in relationships, career, or personal aspirations. She sets boundaries without hesitation because she understands that protecting her peace and energy is essential. People are naturally drawn to her because she exudes a balanced sense of self-respect, which commands admiration without demanding it. Her self-worth also enables her to handle rejection or failure with grace. She knows these moments don't diminish her value, but are simply part of the human experience. She uses setbacks as opportunities to grow and strengthen her resolve. This perspective allows her to stand tall even in difficult times, inspiring others with her resilience and poise. A woman with self-worth treats herself with kindness and respect, fostering a healthy relationship with her own mind and body. She invests in her growth, values her time, and ensures that the people around her contribute positively to her life. This unwavering understanding of her value doesn't just benefit her, it creates a ripple effect, setting a standard for how others perceive and treat her. Emotional intelligence and understanding set a woman apart in the way she navigates her relationships and life. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage not only her emotions, but also those of others. This skill allows her to create meaningful connections, handle conflicts with grace, and foster an atmosphere of trust and empathy wherever she goes. Emotional intelligence isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about channeling them effectively to communicate and respond in ways that build bridges rather than walls. A woman with emotional intelligence has an acute awareness of her inner world. She takes time to reflect on her feelings, identifying their roots, and understanding their impact on her behavior. This self-awareness keeps her grounded and prevents her from being reactive or impulsive. Instead, she approaches situations with clarity and composure. even when emotions run high. And in her relationships, her ability to empathize stands out. She listens deeply, not just to respond, but to truly understand the other person's perspective. This makes her a supportive partner, friend, or colleague, someone people feel safe opening up to. Her empathetic nature doesn't mean she tolerates negativity or manipulation. Instead, she balances compassion with firm boundaries, ensuring that her kindness isn't mistaken for weakness. Her emotional intelligence allows her to adapt to various situations, reading the room and responding in ways that promote harmony. She knows when to speak up, when to step back, and how to resolve issues constructively. This adaptability makes her an invaluable presence in both personal and professional settings. By prioritizing understanding over judgment, she creates a space where mutual respect thrives, inspiring others to meet her at the same emotional level. This quality doesn't just enhance her relationships, it leaves a lasting impression on everyone she encounters. Authenticity and honesty are qualities that make a woman unforgettable. When a woman is authentic, she embraces who she is without trying to conform to societal expectations or pretend to be someone she's not. She has a clear understanding of her values, beliefs, and desires, and she lives in alignment with them. This honesty with herself creates a sense of inner peace and confidence that naturally draws others to her. Productiveness in her life also brings joy to relationships, and it creates a guidance system that balances a woman's separation from her expectations of her career. People can sense when someone is being genuine, and this quality fosters trust and respect in all her relationships. Being authentic doesn't mean she is perfect or always gets things right. Instead, it means she is willing to acknowledge her imperfections and own up to her mistakes. She doesn't shy away from vulnerability because she knows that being real and open is far more powerful than presenting a facade of perfection. Her willingness to be honest about her struggles and triumphs makes her relatable and inspiring, showing others that they too can embrace their true selves. In her interactions, an authentic woman communicates with sincerity and transparency. She says what she means and means what she says, avoiding games, manipulations, or hidden agendas. This honesty allows her to build deep and meaningful connections with others, as they know they can rely on her to be truthful and consistent. Her authenticity also empowers her to make decisions that align with her values, even when those decisions are challenging or unpopular. Living authentically gives her a sense of freedom and strength. She is not weighed down by the need to impress or seek approval from others. Instead, she attracts the right people and opportunities by simply being herself. Her honesty becomes a beacon, signaling to the world that she is someone who can be trusted and respected for her integrity and courage. Unwavering respect for herself and others is a hallmark of a woman who commands admiration and loyalty. This respect begins with how she views and treats herself. She values her time, energy, and well-being, ensuring that her actions and decisions reflect her self-worth. She doesn't allow herself to be taken for granted or undervalued because she knows that respect starts from within. By setting clear boundaries and standing firm in her convictions, she demonstrates that she honors herself and expects the same from others. But her respect for others is equally evident in how she interacts with people. Regardless of their status or background, she listens attentively, speaks with kindness, and treats everyone with dignity. This doesn't mean she tolerates disrespect or mistreatment. Rather, she handles such situations with poise and assertiveness, addressing issues directly while maintaining her grace. Internalizing her ability to balance firmness with empathy sets her apart, showing that respect doesn't have to come at the expense of strength. In relationships, this woman creates a culture of mutual respect. She doesn't belittle or manipulate, nor does she accept such behavior from anyone else. Instead, she fosters an environment where honesty, understanding, and equality thrive. This encourages others to rise to her level as they see that she holds herself and those around her to high standards. Her unwavering respect also extends to her commitments and responsibilities. She follows through on her word, takes her work seriously, and gives her best effort in all she does. This consistency reinforces the trust and admiration others have for her, as they see that she doesn't waver in her principles. Ultimately, her respect for herself and others creates a ripple effect, elevating every interaction and relationship she touches. Confidence without arrogance is a defining trait of a woman who leaves a lasting impression. Her confidence comes from a deep understanding of her abilities, strengths, and values rather than a need to prove herself to others. She doesn't seek the spotlight or validation because her sense of self is rooted in authenticity and inner assurance. This quiet confidence is magnetic, drawing people to her without the need for excessive display or boastfulness. Connection, this confidence can be acknowledged, drawing people to her without the need for excessive display or boastfulness. Confident woman is comfortable in her own skin. She carries herself with poise and grace, whether she's in a crowded room or standing alone. Her body language reflects her self-assured nature. She stands tall, maintains eye contact, and speaks with clarity and purpose. This presence is not about dominating a space, but rather owning it with dignity and ease. Listen to this to me, kid. Her confidence is balanced by humility, which keeps arrogance at bay. She knows her worth, but she also recognizes the value in others. She celebrates the successes of those around her, understanding that lifting others up doesn't diminish her own shine. This combination of self-assurance and humility makes her approachable and respected. After all, she works with a handful of multinationals to grow her restaurant. In challenging situations, her confidence shines even brighter. She doesn't shy away from taking risks or making decisions because she trusts her instincts and abilities. When faced with setbacks, she doesn't crumble. Instead, she learns, adapts, and moves forward. This resilience inspires others and reinforces her credibility. Her confidence also allows her to admit when she's wrong or seek help when needed, showing that strength isn't about perfection, but about being real. By embodying confidence without arrogance, she sets a standard for how to lead, inspire, and connect with others while remaining true to herself. A supportive yet independent nature is a powerful combination that defines a woman who is both admired and respected. She is a pillar of strength for those around her, offering encouragement, understanding, and assistance when needed. Her support is genuine and comes from a place of care, not obligation or the need for recognition. Whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, she is the person people know they can rely on during both good times and bad. Her independence, however, ensures that her support doesn't come at the expense of her own needs or identity. She is fully capable of standing on her own, making decisions and pursuing her goals without requiring constant validation or guidance from others. This independence allows her to maintain her individuality within any relationship, showing that being supportive doesn't mean being overly dependent or self-sacrificing. She understands the importance of balance. While she is there for others, she also knows when to step back and allow them the space to grow and solve their own problems. She doesn't enable dependency, but instead encourages self-reliance and mutual respect. This balance is key to creating healthy and lasting relationships. Her supportive yet independent nature makes her an inspiration to those around her. People admire her ability to give without losing herself and to stand strong without isolating herself from others. She sets an example of how to be both a source of strength for others and a force of self-sufficiency. This duality not only enhances her relationships, but also reinforces her image as a woman who knows her worth and contributes meaningfully to the lives of those she touches. The ability to communicate effectively is a key trait that sets a woman apart. It's not just about speaking clearly or articulating her thoughts. It's about connecting with others on a deeper level through words, tone, and body language. She understands the power of communication, knowing that the way she expresses herself can shape perceptions, build relationships, and influence outcomes. Her words are carefully chosen, purposeful, and thoughtful, reflecting her intelligence and emotional awareness. She listens actively, giving her full attention to those speaking to her. She doesn't just hear the words, she listens for the meaning behind them, which allows her to respond in a way that is empathetic and insightful. This skill creates an atmosphere of trust where people feel understood and valued. She doesn't interrupt or dominate conversations, but fosters an exchange of ideas, opinion, and feelings. This skill creates an exchange of ideas, opinions, and feelings. Her communication is also grounded in honesty. She speaks her truth even when it's uncomfortable, but always with tact and respect. She knows that open, honest communication is essential to building strong, lasting relationships. Whether in personal or professional settings, her words carry weight because they are rooted in integrity and clarity. Furthermore, her ability to communicate extends beyond words. She understands the significance of nonverbal cues, body language, facial expressions, and tone, using them to reinforce her messages. She is also attuned to the subtle cues of others, picking up on what's left unsaid and responding accordingly. This heightened awareness makes her an effective communicator who can navigate complex situations with ease and grace. Ultimately, her communication style creates an environment where transparency, respect, and understanding flourish. It allows her to connect with people on a deeper level, fostering bonds that are built on mutual trust and appreciation. Resilience in the face of challenges is one of the most powerful qualities a woman can possess. Life is unpredictable and obstacles are inevitable, but a resilient woman refuses to be defined by adversity. Instead of allowing setbacks or difficulties to break her, she uses them as stepping stones to grow stronger and more determined. She embraces the storms of life, knowing that they are temporary and that she is capable of weathering them with grace and grit. And today, a resilient woman faces hardship with a mindset that refuses to accept defeat. When faced with failure or disappointment, she doesn't see it as a reflection of her worth, but as an opportunity to learn and adapt. She understands that resilience isn't about avoiding pain or struggle, but about how she responds to it. Her ability to pick herself up after a fall, dust herself off, and keep moving forward is what makes her unstoppable. Her resilience is also rooted in optimism. She doesn't allow negativity to consume her. Instead, she focuses on the possibilities that lie ahead, maintaining a positive outlook even in the darkest times. This mindset empowers her to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. In relationships, her resilience inspires others. When those around her are struggling, she leads by example, showing them that it's possible to persevere and overcome even the toughest situations. Her strength becomes a source of support and motivation for others to dig deep and find their own resilience. She doesn't let life's challenges define her. Instead, she defines herself through her ability to rise again and again, no matter the circumstances. Consistent actions that align with her values are a defining trait of a woman who is not only respected but also admired for her integrity. She doesn't just talk about what she believes in, she lives it day in and day out. Whether it's in her personal life, career, or relationships, her actions are a true reflection of her principles. This consistency creates a sense of reliability and trust as people know that what she says is what she does. Her values guide her decisions and behavior even when no one is watching. She understands that true character is revealed not in moments of convenience, but in moments of challenge, when it's easy to compromise. But she stays true to her core beliefs no matter the temptation or external pressure. This unwavering commitment to her values is a source of strength and influence in relationships. This consistency builds trust and respect. She doesn't shift her stance based on who she's with or the situation she's in, or her friends, family, and colleagues. Know that they can count on her to act with honesty, fairness, and kindness. She doesn't say one thing and do another, and her reliability makes her someone others can depend on during both good times and bad. Moreover, her consistent actions inspire others to also live in alignment with their values. Her example serves as a reminder that living authentically and with integrity is not only possible, but also incredibly powerful. She shows the world that when your actions align with your beliefs, you not only earn respect, but create a life that is deeply fulfilling and meaningful. A positive and inspiring presence is the hallmark of a woman who leaves an indelible mark on the world around her. She radiates energy and warmth that uplifts those she encounters, even in the most ordinary of moments. Her optimism is contagious, infusing a sense of hope and possibility into every room she enters. People are drawn to her not because of what she does, but because of the way she makes them feel. Empowered, encouraged, and capable of achieving more than they thought possible. She shares her gifts to make the world a better place. Her positivity is not about ignoring the challenges life brings, but about choosing to focus on solutions, growth, and the silver lining. She faces adversity with a smile, showing others that even in tough times, there is always a reason to keep moving forward. This attitude doesn't diminish the seriousness of struggles, but rather enhances the ability to approach them with strength and resilience. In her presence, others feel seen and valued. She listens with empathy, offers words of encouragement, and leads by example, showing that a positive mindset can turn obstacles into opportunities. Her ability to inspire doesn't come from grand gestures, but from her authenticity and unwavering belief in the potential of those around her. She motivates others to believe in themselves, to keep pushing forward, and to embrace challenges as a natural part of the journey. Her presence is a constant reminder that a positive outlook can transform not only the way we see the world, but also how we navigate it. By fostering an environment of optimism, she empowers those around her to be the best versions of themselves, creating a ripple effect of inspiration that extends far beyond what she may ever realize. In conclusion, a woman who possesses these qualities, self-worth, emotional intelligence, authenticity, respect, confidence, support, communication, resilience, consistency, and a positive presence, is not only unforgettable, but also deeply impactful. These traits allow her to stand strong in her truth while fostering meaningful relationships, inspiring others, and creating an environment where respect and admiration flourish. What makes her truly magnetic isn't just what she does, but how she does it, leading with grace, strength, and unwavering conviction. She understands that her value doesn't depend on external approval, but on the confidence she has in herself and the way she carries herself through the world. She becomes a beacon of inspiration for those around her, showing them that it's possible to be both powerful and compassionate, strong and kind, independent and supportive. In the end, a woman who embodies these qualities doesn't just attract respect, she commands it. And in doing so, she becomes the kind of woman that no man could ever walk away from, because she knows her worth and creates a space where others can see and honor it as well.